And we are live. Hello, one and all. Welcome to the long overdue 30-man Royal Rumble 2017 predictions video. In this video, I have three special guests with me, and we are going to be breaking down the 2017 Royal Rumble. And without further ado, we'll go down the line here of my special guests. First, we'll start off with my good friend Mike. You know him on here on YouTube as the Club of the Man 1993. Mike, it's great to have you back on.
Sure thing, Dan. What's up, guys?
We also have another special guest. You know him as BSP Wrestling Show, my good friend Gene here on YouTube. Gene, also great to have you back here on this channel.
Always a pleasure to be on your channel, Daniel. And welcome to the new people who are also in the video, too.
Yes, yes. And then, last but not least, you know, my good friend Robbie One Kenobi. Robbie, once again, great to have you back on for another video collaboration here in 2017.
A pleasure, Daniel. Thank you for having me, as always. Realest guys on YouTube.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Yes, how is everybody doing? Like I said, come one, come all. Leave your comments down below in the live chat. This is going to be a good video discussion. The comments, the categories, I should say, for how this video is going to go is pretty simple. It's basic. You can follow along. We're going to start by naming, in order, our participants that we think will be in the Royal Rumble. As you know, there are already a number of confirmed participants. We're going to, you know, try and do a little fantasy booking here, seeing, you know, what order who we think these individuals will be in the Royal Rumble itself. And from there, we will name our final four participants we think will be in the Royal Rumble, make it that far, and then we will cap it off with who we will think will be the one from 30 and 1 to win the 2017 Royal Rumble match. So with all that out of the way, we are going to start, like I said, with our participants numbers 1 through 30, and I'll turn it over to, we'll start with Robbie. Robbie, let's go with, you know, your participants. Who do you think will make the field numbers 1 through 30 in the 2017 Royal Rumble?
Okay, so I just want to let you guys know that I did not watch SmackDown last night, so I don't.
Yeah, Dan already warned us, so good thing.
Yeah, I don't know exactly who else declared their entry in the match. So this is the list as I had it from Saturday night. I did see a little bit of Raw on Monday, so I know of a couple other guys.
I'm so sorry.
Right, I'm sorry.
No, I didn't actually watch it, but I saw like highlights. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
I'm Team SmackDown all the way, guys. I'm sorry, but
yes.
Without any further ado, this is my list of participants I predict that will be in the Royal Rumble match. I try to stay realistic, but I did have a real good time coming up with this list. So at number 1, I have Kofi Kingston. At number 2, I have a surprise entrant, Shelton Benjamin.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a good one.
At number 3, I have Tyler Breeze. Number 4, Luke Harper. Number 5, Dolph Ziggler. Number 6, Rusev. Number 7, Enzo Amore. Number 8, Rhino. Number 9, Braun Strowman. Number 10, Heath Slater. Number 11, Big E. Number 12, Sami Zayn. Unlucky 13, James Ellsworth. Number 14, making his long-awaited debut, Samoa Joe. At number 15, I think a guy I think Daniel's going to be really happy to see because they have a certain something in common from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Kurt Angle.
Yes.
Ooh, yes.
That's a good one.
Yes. Number 16, The Undertaker. Number 17, Baron Corbin. Number 18, The Miz. Number 19, Seth Rollins. Number 20, Bray Wyatt. Number 21, Xavier Woods. Number 22, Randy Orton. Number 23, Big Cass. Number 24, Goldberg. Number 25, Brock Lesnar. Number 26, Dean Ambrose. Number 27, Apollo Crews. Number 28, our brand new United States champion, Chris Jericho.
You stupid idiot.
Number 29, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Whoa.
That's a
Number 30, pulling a John Cena from 2008, Finn Balor.
Ooh.
Yes. Demon will rise. So, Robbie, you want to explain your reasoning for the way that you numbered them? Any particular reason you put them in the order that you did?
Yeah. Okay, so I know, Daniel, you wanted us to try and predict how they might come out.
Sure.
Some of these I did in a fantasy booking style because to actually try to predict, it was hard for me to try to actually predict what number they might come out on. So for number one, I thought, you know what? Let's start with somebody fresh. So I thought, why not throw Kofi in there? Because I think he's underrated. He's a good workhorse. And then I thought, okay, number two, who would I like to see square off with Kofi in the first minute and a half of the Rumble? And if he's medically cleared to compete, him versus Shelton Benjamin for the first minute and a half of the Rumble would be very, very exciting. You know, they're both very athletic.
Yes.
In trying to come up with the other numbers and entrants, I thought, like, okay, how would WWE actually book this? So I thought number three, I'll probably throw Tyler Breeze. He's a good underrated star. I feel like he's a dark horse. I don't want to say he's a jobber, but I feel like number three would be like one of the jobbers, just so they can be in there for a minute to throw him out.
Sure.
Yeah. Strowman's probably gonna have a strong performance, so I thought what would be a good number for him to enter and how long would it last. So I thought number 9 would be good. And then coming up with some of these pairs, I also thought let's keep some feuds going. Like, okay, I have Rusev at 6. Enzo can come out number 7, because they got their feud going on. I figure 3 spots after Strowman, you can have Sami Zayn make his return. He can continue his feud with Strowman. Ellsworth, I love Ellsworth, but then I thought, you know what? The number 13 is going to be very unlucky for him.
That would be good. I like that. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, but it would be funny if Strowman just keeps kicking the crap out of everybody, and at number 13 comes out James Ellsworth, and we keep that little feud going. And then I thought, well, we need somebody who's going to stand up to Ellsworth. I'm not Ellsworth, to Strowman. So why not Samoa Joe? Why not have a monster like Samoa Joe come in and just try to knock him down? And then the more I kept thinking about it, the more I was like, oh my God, if this happened, if that happened, that would make the Rumble so exciting. So imagine Joe comes in 14. He actually manages to knock Strowman down, maybe gets him in the coquina clutch. He's standing in the middle of the ring. Number 15 hits. Kurt Angle's music hits. San Antonio pops for Angle, and we get Angle and Joe again from TNA days. So
yes.
And then imagine if Angle cleans house, he's taking over, and then Undertaker enters at 16. That would be, just imagine. And then I thought, okay, what if Undertaker's the one who's cleaning house? What if Corbin comes out next at 17 and they have a face-to-face? Because we've never seen them wrestle. I don't know if we ever will see them wrestle, considering Taker's probably going to retire. But when I was booking all these numbers, I wanted to really make it exciting. Obviously with Goldberg, when I put him 24, I said Brock has to come out 25. No one else but Brock has to come out 25. And I personally wish Heyman didn't say anything and just have Brock return as a surprise and then have him beat the hell out of Goldberg. So, but Balor, I already knew. I have a feeling he's going to be 30 if he makes his return. Shawn Michaels, doesn't really matter what number he's in. He'll probably last a good 5, 7, maybe even 10 minutes. But I thought number 29 would be a nice little treat. The rest, I just tried to arrange them based on how I think they actually would enter in the match. But if you notice one little pattern I have Kofi at 1, Big E at 11, and Xavier at 21. So
spread them out.
Yeah, they enter 10 spots apart from each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, not really much else to say. I did have fun putting together this. It was like a fantasy book, and if everything actually happened this way, that'd be insane. But just imagine, if we get Strowman versus Joe, or Angle cleans house, and then Taker comes out, or Shawn comes out next. It's insane.
That would be a really good Royal Rumble. I like it, Robbie. I like it. Thanks. All right, so we are going to go next. We will go to Mike. Mike, list your participants from numbers 1 through 30 that you will think be in the order for the 2017 Royal Rumble.
All right. Well, as I probably said before, after watching what happened this week, which not going into details, I definitely had to go back last night and change a few things up, mostly just in the order. I didn't change any participants, but just in the order things were, because I felt that it wouldn't have been as good if it was in the same order I had it. But I just, number 1, knock it out right away. get James Ellsworth in there, with just how deranged he is. Have him believe he can be the one who can just like knock everybody out from number 1. Then Dean Ambrose comes out at number 2 because I mean he's only had like one shot at just dirty deeds, given dirty deeds, since he screwed up the title of TLC. Mm-hmm. So just have Dean Ambrose just come out and just get his like last revenge, and just to officially put that to the side and just throw Ellsworth out. Number 3, I have Carl Anderson.
Okay.
Number 4, I have Rusev. Number 5, I have Kofi Kingston. Number 6, Randy Orton. Number 7, Xavier Woods. Number 8, Cesaro. Number 9, Kalisto. Number 10, Seth Rollins. Number 11, Big Cass. Number 12, Big E. Number 13, making his main roster debut, Samoa Joe.
Nice. Number
14, I have Bray Wyatt. Number 15, Braun Strowman.
I love doing that. I couldn't resist.
I had to do that, guys. Number 16, I have Luke Gallows. Number 17, I was thinking of, I didn't want to go too out of the blue, thinking of like a big return, but I'm gonna have to go with who Robbie picked also for a big return. I'm going with number 17, Sheldon Benjamin, making his return. I don't know if it's going to happen for sure or not, but he's the one person I think that if anybody's going to most likely return, it's Sheldon Benjamin. Yeah. Number 18, I have Sheamus. Number 19, Baron Corbin. Number 20, Dolph Ziggler. Number 21, The Miz. Number 22, The Undertaker. 23, Apollo Crews. Number 24, Luke Harper. Number 25, Goldberg. 26, Brock Lesnar. 27, Curtis Axel. 28, Kane. Number 29, Chris Jericho. And before I say number 30, as much as I was hoping Balor would be back, I still have my doubts that I feel Balor might need maybe just another couple more weeks. I feel so I still have my doubts he won't quite be back in time. So with number 30, I have Sami Zayn appearing for the first time since losing to Braun Strowman in the Last Man Standing match.
I like that.
That's how it should go.
Yeah, I like that. If Balor doesn't return, I could see Zayn being number 30. And coming face to face with Strowman, so I like that, and it makes sense. It's logical because Strowman and Zayn have been having, believe it or not, one of the most interesting feuds on Raw, and that's a lot. So I like that.
Yeah, because originally I actually had The Undertaker at number 30, but when he announced this week on Raw that he is going to be in the Rumble, I felt that's not going to feel as special, and that's why I moved him up a little bit further up. So that was one of the changes I made. So.
Mike, any other reasoning for the reason that you put these guys in the orders that you did?
Let me see here, because I actually did go through at the same time and mark when someone would be eliminated, but there's just certain people that I wanted to at least get a decent amount of time in the Rumble, Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt. Let me see here, anybody else? I mean, the same reason what Robbie said also, I had Goldberg and Lesnar coming out, but a little more later in the a little bit later in the Rumble. That way, they both pretty much just come out and brawl each other. I do agree though, they should have had Lesnar maybe enter as a surprise, maybe just to throw off Goldberg, kind of the same way it felt last year when Triple H returned at number 30 for Roman Reigns. It just had that same feel to it. Let me see anybody else. And yeah, my same reason for Sami Zayn coming in number 30. Have him return for the first time since he got beat down by Strowman. Maybe even him eliminate Strowman eventually, not right away. But I mean, that was my reasoning behind that. But
sure.
Yep, I can't really say too much more right now because that will probably give away my next stuff for the category. So yep.
All right. We'll leave it at there for Mike. All right, Gene, you are on the docket. Who are your participants from numbers 1 through 30 in the order that you will think they will be in for the 2017 Royal Rumble match?
Okay, so I don't think my list is as good as everybody else's in terms of order because the way you guys just explained that was just incredible.
Oh, good.
I have a few things.
No worry.
Yeah, no worries. This was definitely a challenge.
This is because like you said, it was very hard to try to predict the order that people are going to come in the Rumble. So I kind of just randomly did a few things. Some things I feel like they're going to set up, but I don't think they're going to tell a bunch of stories in this Rumble, only because they're going to focus on the later parts of it. So with that being said, here's my Royal Rumble order. So number 1, I have Dean Ambrose, specifically based off of last year, because I believe it was him and Triple H, the last two.
Yes.
I don't think Triple H is going to be in this Rumble match. It would only be for one thing, and it's Seth Rollins, but I don't know. He hasn't really been building that up the past couple of weeks. Like, he hasn't really been calling Triple H out as much as he used to, which is weird. So I don't know if they're still going to do that match, but we're just going to keep it moving. So number 2, I have Bray Wyatt. Number 3, I have the new United States champion, the Gift of Jericho.
Drink it in, man.
Drink it in, man.
Say a pledge of allegiance, man.
Daniel, are you wearing your gift? Are you wearing your "You Just Made the List" shirt?
I wish I was, but don't worry. I will wear it soon, very soon.
You know what happens when you don't wear your shirt? When I'm talking about Jericho? You know what happens, Daniel?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You just made the list.
No!
Daniel, because you failed to wear your "You Just Made the List" shirt, guess what?
I'm on the list, everybody.
Oh, okay. So I got Chris Jericho at number 3. Number 4, I have Xavier Woods. And if you guys notice, there's not a lot of star power considering like if they're gonna win the match. For me, I don't think they're gonna give that away.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they're just gonna put a few people in, have them brawl a little bit, and then they're gonna hit you. We'll get to that in a second. So number 5, Tyler Breeze. Number 6, Darren Young. Number 7, Kofi Kingston. Because I feel like Kofi is going to be in it for a little while, and then he's going to have that one moment that he always does in the Royal Rumble match.
Yes,
he always finds some type of way to stay in this match. I don't know how he's going to do it. I don't know what they're going to do to do that, but hopefully it's something incredible. Number 8, I have Enzo, and then number 9, I have The Miz. Why do I have The Miz? Because of the next entrant is somebody I think he's going to immediately feud with on SmackDown Live. Hasn't been confirmed or anything, but number 10 is going to be the perfect 10, Ty Dillinger.
Yes. I like that.
There it is.
That would be.
It has a face-off against The Miz.
I'd like that.
That would be a good starting point for Ty Dillinger if you put him up against someone like Miz.
Sure.
Good.
I like that.
Make it on the main roster.
I would love that. I would definitely love that. And that's a great first rivalry for him because of how the Miz has stepped his game up. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, the perfect 10. Why not put him at number 10? That's the only person I could think of that would be fitting for that specific number.
Exactly.
Yeah, makes sense.
So then number 10 is where the burial starts because we're going to bring in the Braun Strowman. And all those people in the top 10, for the most part, are going to get kicked out of this match because Braun Strowman's going to kill them. But I think he's going to have another face-off with Bray Wyatt because Bray Wyatt's been having this little thing with Luke Harper and Randy Orton, like over the past couple of weeks. Not talking about what happened, yesterday. Over the past couple of weeks, you saw they lost the titles a few weeks ago. So I'm thinking maybe Bray is going to look at him again how he looked at him at Survivor Series. Like, really? Like, you want to do this? Like, really, I brought you this far. You're here because of me. Come back to my side and be on my team again. We can rule the world. Come on. And Strowman's going to look at him again and probably be like, nah, get the hell up out of here. I'm Strowman. I don't need you no more. And then, talking about talking about what you guys, talked about too. I think Sami Zayn comes out right afterwards and makes his return and goes immediately after Strowman because they've been having this rivalry. Sami Zayn keeps dying but coming back. I think they're trying to build him up. They've been building up the sympathy, so maybe Sami Zayn is the one that eliminates him. I don't know. That could possibly happen.
I think it could happen, yeah.
Yeah,
it would be nice if it did. So then number 13 is going to be Rusev. And then on number 14 and 15 is going to sound weird because, like I said, my list isn't as great as yours. But number 14 and 15 are both surprise entrants. Now, number 14 is, I'm thinking, is going to be Austin Aries. Why Austin Aries? I think he's almost healed up. It's been a long time since he's, been injured in NXT. They've been having him on commentary of Raw, and they've been kind of teasing that he's going to the Cruiserweight division. So I don't think there's any other way to just put him there other than, throwing him in the Royal Rumble, throwing a little curveball in there, something nobody would really be expecting because he's, such a short guy, such a lightweight guy. It would be cool.
I like to see that. I never thought of that.
Yeah, I didn't think about it either.
If he can go, if he's healthy, sure, why not?
And maybe Aries in the Cruiserweight division with Bill Neville could really give it the boost that it's needed for a while. So, hey, I'd be down for that.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That would definitely be something that I would love to see. Number 15 would be, I think, somebody you guys have both put on your list as well. Samoa Joe. I think that's when Samoa Joe comes in. That's another, impact pick, right? Back to back. So now the crowd is just going crazy. You got Ty Dillinger. You got Strowman in there killing people. Maybe Sami Zayn eliminates him. You got Austin Aries out of nowhere. Somebody you didn't expect because everybody's focused on, Finn Balor. Samoa Joe, kind of predictable a little bit, but still at the same time, it's Samoa Joe. Who's not going to pop for that? And then that's what I think, a lot more of the stars will show up a little bit. 16, I put Seth Rollins. I think he's going to last for a long time, too, because they're going to probably tease him winning the Rumble. I got Big Cass coming in at 17, Big E at 18. 19, I have Dolph Ziggler. 20, Luke Harper. And those picks right there, it was kind of difficult because, I didn't know who to put there. Because I feel like they're going to cool it down a little bit after they have, the surprise entrance or whatever. And then 20 through 30, I think, is when, it's going to slowly build up and build up and build up even more. And then, at the end of the Rumble is when, the crowd is going to be ready to jump out of their seats. So, 20, I have Luke Harper because he's been very impressive over the past few weeks as well, even, in his own single matches or whatever. 21, Apollo Crews for somebody just, throw him in there. 22, Randy Orton, because I feel like Luke Harper and Randy Orton are going to have that collision soon, maybe. I don't know. Nothing has been confirmed yet. I'm feeling like that might be a thing. Maybe Bray is going to try to, do something. Who knows? 23, Baron Corbin. That's where I feel like he's going to make his impact. 24 will be Sheamus. 25, Kalisto, because he's going to try to go after Corbin once again. But this time, he's still going to get thrown out of the fucking ring because fuck Kalisto. 26 will be Goldberg. 27 will be Brock Lesnar. 28 will be Undertaker. 29 will be Cesaro. And 30 will be Finn Balor.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yep.
I don't know if did you guys? I don't know if are we giving away who we think is going to win right now, or
we'll save that for.
Are we just
that's
okay. All right.
That'll be the last talking point. Good picks all around, Gene. Anything else you want to say about why you made those picks in the order that you did?
Like I said, it's kind of hard to explain it because you got Goldberg and Lesnar, and then I think Undertaker is going to be incorporated in that somewhere. Cesaro is going to be one of those people the crowd may think is going to win because he's going to be later in the Rumble. You got the surprise picks. You got the Austin Aries, the Ty Dillinger. You got Sami Zayn coming back. Braun Strowman. They're going to continue that. Like I said, I don't think they're going to do a whole bunch of storylines in this, but just enough to keep the crowd interested in the match.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And now we are on to me. My picks for my number was 1 through 30 participants in the 2017 Royal Rumble match. So I was listening to what you guys were saying, and I found it interesting. The way that my Royal Rumble starts off is a little bit different. I have, for my number one pick in the 2017 Royal Rumble, entering at number 1, I actually have Goldberg entering at number 1.
Whoa.
And the reason I think that, think about it, the entrance, the whole backstage thing. What a bigger way to kick it off. That's how you kick it off. Knock on the door. Let's go, Goldberg. And then the fireworks and the smoke. But to me, that just makes sense. I don't know. That's why I put him at number 1. And then from there, we go on to number 2. And I have Brock freaking Lesnar. That is how you kick off the 2017 Royal Rumble. And you have them go at it. And then And my number 3, get this, I have Braun Strowman. So you have Goldberg, Lesnar,
being there with a couple of big guys
in the same ring at the same time, tearing the holy ever-loving shit out of one another. So in my scenario, I would think that Goldberg and Lesnar, there's your double elimination that keeps their feud going forward. Strowman survives. And that is why, for my number 4 pick, I have James Ellsworth going out to the ring to face Braun Strowman one-on-one, and he will be, it'll be the what was it, Maven in 2002. He won't eliminate Strowman, but Strowman will just beat the ever-loving shit out of poor little James Ellsworth. So he'll get what's coming to him.
Hey, Daniel, remember, any man with 2 hands,
fighting chance.
Oh yeah. He's gonna need more than 2 hands. He'll need his 2 feet, his freaking head, whatever other body parts he can, sew on to.
He's gonna need the whole.
I can't wait to hear what JBL says when Ellsworth enters the Rumble.
Oh my god, man. It's gonna be funny. So that's why I have Ellsworth at number 4. From there, we go to Dean Ambrose at number 5. And, if Ellsworth is still in there, Dean can beat him up and then try and evade the monster Braun Strowman. I bring out The Miz at number 6. Obviously the feud that Ambrose and Miz have going forward. Then I have Seth Rollins at number 7. Ooh. And from there, I have Chris Jericho come out at number 8. And Rollins and Jericho can have a little back and forth. Ambrose and Rollins, there's a number of different combos in there. But then at number 9, the game's music hit. Here comes Triple H, because him and Rollins, this is how we're going to finally get this feud going. And you have Triple H taking down Seth Rollins, and boom. They're off to the races.
The game.
Yes, the game. And then, like you said, at number 10, it's going to be the perfect 10, Ty Dillinger. It just makes sense. You want to make a big debut. There it is, Ty Dillinger. What more can you say? You don't even have to explain that. After that, at number 11, I have Baron Corbin. I think that's a good number for him to make his entrance at. Cesaro at number 12. Ziggler at number 13, so we could see Ziggler and Cesaro tear it up. Corbin and Cesaro, there's a number of good combos in there. It's some good wrestling right there.
Oh, man.
Now get this one, guys. Number 14, Rusev. You got the evil Russian in there. Who do you bring out at number 15 but the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, baby? That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Maybe Rusev is standing tall and dominant, and then Kurt's music hits, and boom. I'd love to see a Rusev-Kurt Angle feud. I really.
Yes.
I've been saying that for the longest time now. And then from there, I bring out Samoa Joe. There's your Kurt Angle Samoa Joe tie-in right there. Samoa Joe at number 16. From there, I bring out Luke Harper. There could be some real physicality. Luke Harper, Samoa Joe, and Kurt Angle. Man, could they really tear it?
Go for it.
Damn.
There's some hard-hitting stuff right there. From there, we go to Kofi Kingston at number 18. Randy Orton at number 19. And Bray Wyatt follows at number 20. So you tie in the Orton, Wyatt, and Harper there and there. They're obviously going to go some direction in for them, for the Wyatts, whatever it is at Mania. You can get your stuff in there for them. Number 21, I have Enzo Amore. Number 22, Xavier Woods. 23, Sheamus. 24, Apollo Crews. 25, he's going to do some lucha things. It's Kalisto. He's going to do it all right.
Kalisto.
26, Big Cass. And then 27, Big E. I think it would be interesting seeing a Big Cass, Big E showdown in the Rumble.
Sure. I didn't think of that one. I like that.
Wow.
So there's something that would be interesting. And then number 28, Sami Zayn. And like I said, Strowman, I still would think would be in the Rumble at this point. You could have maybe Zayn, get the upset elimination over Strowman. So there you go with that. And you know how my Rumble is going to play out. Number 29, the Dead Man. And number 30, the Demon, Finn Balor. So the final two staring down in the ring against one another, Balor and The Undertaker.
That would
there
be
you go.
Man.
There you go.
I'd love to see that.
Yes.
Undertaker.
Wow. So that is it. That is my picks for numbers 1 through 30. And yeah, these are all great scenarios. And I hope one of these plays out because I really think we're in store for a really, really good Royal Rumble match. Just the star power alone is off the charts. I cannot wait for this match.
And it's how unpredictable it is as well.
And
also.
It is very unpredictable this year. So that's why we were doing this video to kind of see if one of us can correctly predict who will win. And we're going to get to that because up next, we are going to break it down to the Final Four. Who do we think will be our Final Four picks in the 2017 Royal Rumble match? We'll start off with Eugene this time. Gene, who are your final four for the Royal Rumble, and why did you pick them?
Okay, I kind of have a unique final four, but I kind of have a predictable one as well. So my four will be Bray Wyatt, The Undertaker, Baron Corbin, and Finn Balor.
Very interesting.
It's kind of like a random mix of people in a way, but at the same time, you know, I feel like they've been trying to build up Bray Wyatt a little bit more. I feel like they've been trying to build up Baron Corbin. You have Finn Balor returning to the Royal Rumble, you know, because he had the injury as soon as he won the Universal Championship, so he's hungry to get his title back. And then you have The Undertaker, who's always an odds-on favorite to win anything that he does, considering how badass he's been since he's, you know, actually, you know, returned or whatever. Every time he comes out, you listen to what he says, you're silent, and everything he just says, it just means that much more because it's the damn Undertaker. It's the dead man. He's a legend, Hall of Famer, all of that. So I feel like at this point, you could tell a very good story with all four of these guys, especially Baron Corbin, because Baron Corbin was somebody they've been trying to build up. Though I don't believe Baron Corbin will win, I feel like, you know, the mix of people all together could do something great, and, you know, the crowd would go crazy for these four guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. And if I could just say something based on what Gene just said, I think they should really use the Royal Rumble as a platform to, like, establish the younger guys. At least, even if they don't go the full distance, even if you give them a good 10-minute showing, let them just shine, and then you can start building them up on the
Exactly.
in the build up to like WrestleMania and whatnot. That's what I feel like. I mean, I'm trying to think of a Royal Rumble match where there was a young guy that had a really good showing, and then from there,
what about, I just watched the 2005 Royal Rumble. It came down to Edge, Rey Mysterio, Cena, and Batista. Is that what you're looking for? Something like that? Like they were young guys at that time, and they really got
like an Apollo Crews. You know, I really want to see them do something with Apollo Crews on SmackDown. So maybe have him go in there for a good 10 minutes. Maybe he eliminates a couple guys. Maybe he just shows off his athleticism, and then the crowd's like, hey, they're really doing something with Apollo. Maybe this is his chance. You know, like give him a chance. Because I love what they're doing on SmackDown. There's just little things that I'd like to see improved on SmackDown, like certain guys getting more wins and getting more of a push. That's just what I want to see. Because I love SmackDown. Other than that, they do a ton of things right, better than Raw. That's for damn sure. But Royal Rumble, I want to see younger guys have a chance to shine. Last 10 minutes, 15, hell, 20 minutes, and then from there you can little by little use their interactions to build them up and push them as new stars.
I definitely agree with you on that point, and I especially put Corbin in there for that specific reason, because also another thing, they're going off of, last year at WrestleMania, he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, so he knows what it takes to last in these types of matches and to come out victorious. So you can continue to tell that story and build up his character that way by putting him in the Final Four, and then you got the crowd looking like, oh shit, Baron Corbin won at WrestleMania, the biggest stage last year. What if it's the Rumble and actually does what he says and go after AJ Styles or John Cena? Hey,
you know what? Baron Corbin is the only one to really benefit from winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Have you guys noticed?
Finally,
yes, I was about to say the same thing.
The only one to really benefit from it. Greg Hamilton always announces him as the winner of the Battle Royal. He may not have won any titles yet, but they're building him like a strong monster. Yes, he had a whatever feud with Dolph Ziggler, but he's at least been doing relevant things lately. So he's the one that's really benefited from this win the most because, 2015 Big Show, I was there in the Bay Area.
Lucky you.
Really?
Oh, jeez. I didn't care about that one. Well, the Battle Royal and all with Big Shows, and that should have been Damien Sandow.
Oh yeah, when they buried him.
That was
he's in TNA.
Jerk move.
And in 2014, when the Battle Royal was first brought to fruition, it was Cesaro, and we all thought this was the chance he was going to finally get.
Oh yes.
Nah, he's just a tag team champion. Even though he's great, he's just a tag team champion right now. Hasn't really benefited until now. How many years later?
3 years later?
Jesus, man.
How beautiful would it be if he's in the Final Four this year?
That would be great.
Yeah,
that'd be incredible.
I would love it.
I wouldn't mind it at all. All right. Gene, anything else you have to say about your final 4 picks? Why you made them?
No, that's about it. Hopefully they can, elevate Baron Corbin out of all of this.
Definitely. I could definitely see something like that happening because they're really pushing Corbin strong, and I'm happy for him. Good for him. He's a good talent.
Yeah, yes. I like Gene's final 4 because I could just picture Taker coming face to face with Balor, or Balor coming face to face with Wyatt, or Taker coming face to face with Corbin.
Imagine Corbin, because he's not gonna back down from anybody.
Yeah.
No. Robbie, please tell me you watched SmackDown 2 weeks ago. Did you watch it 2 weeks ago?
I did.
With the contract signing and everything?
Yes. Yes.
When Corbin told Cena he was gonna knock his teeth down his throat, I was like, wow. Oh my God. Who says that like that to John Cena?
That's a new school heel. That's not a chicken shit heel that's gonna talk shit.
Exactly.
Kevin
That's how you're supposed to build Corbin. Imagine Taker gets in his face. He's going to treat him like he's just, the young buck, and, you're not on my level. And Corbin's just going to look at him like, who the hell you think you are? I'm Baron Corbin, bitch.
I want to see Corbin talk shit to Taker, then Taker shoves him and Corbin punches him in the mouth, and they go at it.
That'd be great.
A good exchange.
That would be great.
I would like to see that.
He's about the same height as Taker too, I believe. Taker might have tall a little bit. Yeah, he's really tall.
6'8", 6'11", each of them are, I think, something like that.
Yeah, I've been a fan of Corbin for a while.
Baron Corbin, win or lose, he's in good hands on SmackDown because they'll push him like the monster he deserves to be. So I'm happy. I would love to see him. I would love to see him in the final 4. If that happens, that would break some ground, and that would be SmackDown. Well, I don't know if SmackDown has the final say, but that would be a SmackDown star making an impact big time. So
yes.
Fingers crossed for him.
All right. Let's go next to. We'll go to Mike. Mike, who are your final 4 for the 2017 Royal Rumble match?
All right. Well, my final 4 did not change after I made my my changes last night. Even though one of them I'm still not too sure of where they're going to go with him now, since he is now U.S. champion. But my final 4 is Seth Rollins, Chris Jericho, Baron Corbin, and The Undertaker. Again, because I was the only one who decided not to put Finn Balor in there. Again, if he's there, I'll be happy, but I still have my doubts. I feel he might need maybe just a little bit more time, but definitely back in time for Mania. But of course, I'll keep this for wherever I say my winner. Explain my situation with who I think should main event Mania. But goes this way: Seth Rollins, Chris Jericho, Baron Corbin, Undertaker. As I said, it's probably gonna be when Triple H just comes out. You hear the music. And maybe, let's say, since Kevin Owens is kind of his handpicked man comes out with him, and maybe just from off of that distraction, Chris Jericho eliminates Seth Rollins. Oh wait, I don't want to go too far yet. Well, I'll get down just to my final 2. I'll do that.
Sure.
And then I can't see Chris Jericho obviously is probably going to be done with his current run with WWE probably after Mania, in my opinion.
Yes.
But of course, I'm still not completely thrilled with having a mid-card match between him and Owens. I mean, it should have been for the title at the Royal Rumble, but unfortunately, no, it's not going to happen. Not going to rant that too much there. But what if,
I already ranted about that match, so
yeah. I don't. Oh my goodness. Or not to get too far off track, a dumb thing, but wouldn't it make sense more to be having Rollins instead of Reigns in that match, because Rollins been dealing with them more than Reigns? You know what I mean? That's just my opinion there. But anyways, getting back on track. What if Kevin Owens comes down, and let's say if he still has the title or not, because a couple weeks ago you saw Owens was a little bit concerned about Jericho being in the Rumble. It's I'm gonna have to really wrestle my best friend here for my title. Either way, if he has a title or not, what if he goes down to congratulate Jericho or just get the last beef on Seth Rollins, and he eliminates Jericho as a surprise, as a shocker?
Wow.
Ooh,
and
okay.
And I won't go any further here, but my final 2 will be Baron Corbin and The Undertaker.
Ooh, that's a fresh matchup. I like that. I like that.
The old dog versus the lone wolf versus the big dog.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Digging holes and taking souls.
Yes. I just a shirt too.
Wow.
that should be, yeah.
It should be.
I would be really interested in seeing how that would play out.
Yeah.
So that's good stuff, Mike. We're going to go to Robbie next. Robbie, your final four and why you made them your picks.
Okay, so my final four, like Gene's, is a little predictable, but if it really came down to this, it'd be very exciting considering who's in it. So my final four are Samoa Joe, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, and Finn Balor.
Nice.
Okay, so obviously Wyatt and Orton, they've been getting along well. You know, Orton took the bullet for Bray at Survivor Series, which allowed Wyatt to beat Roman Reigns and win the Survivor Series match. So I would have him there just because they could, you know, Randy could take another bullet for Bray, which could eventually help Bray, you know, earn a big elimination, which would bring him a step forward toward winning. Joe, if he's in it at the end, imagine him and Balor reigniting their feud from NXT.
Ooh.
Wow.
Regal!
Regal!
I love how he said that.
Or give me.
It looked like his eye was pop out of his skull. He was like,
Monster he is.
So without giving away my final my winner yet, but just like, you know, when you look at these four, anything could happen. It could come down to Joe and Wyatt. I mean, oh my God, either of worlds versus submission machine. You know, it could come down to Joe and Balor again. You know, NXT comes full circle with these two on the main roster in the finals of the Royal Rumble. Like, that'd be huge. What if it comes down to Orton versus Wyatt? You know, which Wyatt wants?
Man,
I'd like that. That would be intriguing.
Oh yes.
If it comes down to Wyatt versus Balor, it's versus the Demon. You know. Any of from the final four, any of these two final combinations makes for a very exciting and very intriguing conclusion to the Royal Rumble match. You know, like I said, if it's Joe and Balor, which one of, you know, could Joe get his title shot just like that, or is Balor gonna overcome the odds and get a shot to reclaim what's his? If it's Wyatt family versus Wyatt family, well, which one's gonna really go that extra mile to win the title? You know, I like it because it is a little predictable. But when you look at it, it could go any way. You know, it could go either way. And that's what the Royal Rumble should be about. Unpredictability. You don't know who's going to win. I mean, 14 and 15, predictable as hell. Last year, not really predictable, but there was still that chance of anyone could win the championship, you know?
Yes.
Last year's was pretty good. Everybody crapped on it because of Reigns, but it was actually a pretty good one.
I thought last year's was an awesome match. AJ's debut, how exciting it was. Triple H and Ambrose in the finals. So my final four, it's anybody's pick. Winner takes all. And just the possible combinations of the last two guys in the match could be crazy. Joe and Wyatt, Orton and Balor, Orton and Wyatt, Orton and Joe. You know, it's anything could happen. You know, so I like the unpredictability. I like the excitement, and I think this would make for an awesome final four.
Wow,
very
I like
nice
that as well.
Very nice, Robbie.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
All right, guys, let's get into my final four for the 2017 Royal Rumble match. And you probably already have an idea of what it's going to be, but here we go. I got Finn Balor, The Undertaker, Braun Strowman, and Sami Zayn.
Ooh.
Wow. What do you think of that?
Whoa.
Yeah. That would, you know, you got Zayn and Strowman. Their issues, you know, would put them in a collision course. Obviously, in my field, I have Sami Zayn entering at number 28. So I would think that, you know, if it's either Strowman eliminating Zayn or Zayn eliminating Strowman, or there could be a double elimination, that would put them both out. And then, you know, I want to see that Undertaker, Finn Balor showdown. And those would obviously be my final two. And I will save for who I think will win the Royal Rumble in coming up. But yeah, those are my final four. I would love to see that. That's just a really good that would be a really good fatal four-way.
Yeah.
Like go for that. Yes.
Go for that.
Yes.
That would be awesome. You'd have three guys from. So Undertaker, is he officially a SmackDown guy, or is he just wherever the hell he wants to go?
He goes wherever he wants to. He's
I go wherever the hell I want to go. He's just digging holes and taking souls.
I love that. Digging holes and taking souls.
I love it. It's short, simple, and to the point.
I know.
So,
Drink it in, man.
And with that, are you guys ready to pick who you think's going to be the one? This is going to be really fun. So let's see who you picked to win the 2017 Royal Rumble. And with that, we will start off with Mike. Mike, who's your winner this year?
All right. Well, as I keep saying, if Balor was in it, I would definitely pick him, but I still don't think he's going to be in. It is a very unpredictable Rumble, as I said, but I still feel like there's not as many people that should have been like built up to the credibility that you have more of a feeling that they have more of a chance to win, which is why my final two, as I said before, are Baron Corbin versus The Undertaker. You know, Baron Corbin is somebody I think is going to have a really strong year. He's the one guy I can see being breakout star of the year this year, like a great showdown between him and The Undertaker. But as much as I hate for the second year in a row to give it to like a more of a veteran instead of like more of like a young upstart guy, the person that I could definitely have a better shot of winning this Rumble, I think, is The Undertaker. Now, as far as who is he going to challenge for the title at Mania, the thing is I really don't know exactly, like, you know, who's going to be in what for the title matches for Mania. I mean, obviously, you know, Finn Balor obviously should be going after the Universal title for Mania. He's going to face either probably Reigns or Owens, but either way, I don't think the Universal title should be in the main event. I mean, the guy who I think needs to be in the main event at Mania this year is definitely AJ Styles, no doubt about it.
Yes.
But at the same time, I don't know, like, you know, if Cena doesn't have the title, I don't know where he would go. But, I mean, Undertaker and Strowman, I mean, possibly, I don't know. But right now, just an early prediction, I'm predicting The Undertaker winning and somehow the main event WrestleMania being a triple threat between Styles, Cena, and The Undertaker.
Mike, I saw a monster said that on his podcast, and I was just about to, I was like, hoping you would say, I was really hoping that would be I'm not a big fan of triple threats, but man, for the main event, that would be, because you get Styles in there, and he should be in there, and Cena. To me, it works, doesn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Have more than I count for Taker and Cena, just because it's something fresh. It's two veterans. I mean, all three guys are veterans, but
they are
based on
place
versus the leader of the C Nation versus the long adored and beloved Dead Man. I mean, how awesome of a WrestleMania main event would that be? That'd be 1,000 times better than Reigns and Triple H.
Oh, heck yes.
Yes. So we're not even going to talk about that, man.
No.
Now, you know what? I actually want to ask Mike something real quick, because I really like your idea of Taker and Corbin in the final two. I just want to ask you hypothetically.
Sure.
If they were in the final two and say Undertaker eliminated Corbin and Corbin got pissed to the point where he just assaulted and eliminated Taker, could you see those two fighting at Mania in a passing of the torch?
I actually did not think about that. I mean, that actually wouldn't be too bad. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I mean, do you think Corbin would be the one to retire The Undertaker?
Wow.
Because, I mean, the thing is, like, I thought about it, and it's like Cena versus Taker. If it was title versus streak, then it would have so.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too. It's like if it's Cena Taker for the title, it's like, isn't that a little like too predictable or something like that? At the same time, I feel like it wouldn't feel. Yeah. It wouldn't be as more investing to watch.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like those three that I mentioned before: Undertaker, Cena, Styles. Like, where else would they go for Mania without them? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking if Cena does win the championship and they do Cena Taker, then what do you do for AJ? I mean, I had some ideas you could do. I mean, one, there's of course that dream match, him and Shawn Michaels, but I mean, Shawn going to come out of retirement to wrestle. I mean, he's the only one that's really stuck to his retirement. So does he really want to go against his word to just have one more match at WrestleMania? I mean, if I was booking this, I'd personally bring Seth Rollins over to SmackDown and do AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins in like
I want to see that match. That's a dream match.
Yeah. Wow. Or if AJ Styles is just really, like booking wise, like storyline wise, if he's just, he thinks there's no one in the planet that can beat him, he could issue a challenge to NXT, and hell, they could bring up Nakamura and then do the Wrestle Kingdom 10 rematch at WrestleMania.
That would be epic.
Ooh. Man.
Yeah.
Daniel is where Nakamura gets his orchestra.
Yes, I want to see that whole thing. The whole damn thing.
Bobby Roode's choir is going to turn heel on him and just go to Nakamura.
Yes, the choir versus the orchestra. Oh, my gosh.
We don't want to be greatest. We want to be strong style.
I'm loving it. You know what? I would like to see, guys? If because Roode will probably win the title at Takeover San Antonio. I know we've mentioned Ty Dillinger coming in as the perfect 10 entry, but you know what I was thinking? If Ty Dillinger actually had one more match in NXT, I would love for it to be career versus title at NXT Takeover Orlando on WrestleMania weekend against Bobby Roode.
Like his career in NXT or in WWE?
Yeah, like if he loses, he must leave NXT.
I like that.
Yeah, well, that would make a lot of sense, I think.
They tore it down in Toronto. They could do it again.
Yeah, and it could be a little predictable, but then again, this could be the moment where Ty Dillinger finally wins the big one. I mean, if think about the way it was done with Ziggler and Miz at No Mercy, which I personally was there. That was an incredible match in person. But if they do it with Dillinger and Roode have such a good storyline going on. I mean, Dillinger's fallen to him twice on NXT TV. At Takeover Toronto and in the Fatal 4-Way. So imagine if Ty Dillinger gets one final shot of redemption and it's on the weekend of WrestleMania. And what if he wins it actually?
That'd be
crazy.
That's actually really good. I like that.
Yeah, kind of like the Miz and Dolph did. You know, 2 Ohio guys, by the way. Yeah, I like that idea actually.
I would love to see that. I mean, not trying to get off topic. Yeah, not trying to get off topic, but I just thought about that because, like, NXT, man, they make their storyline so compelling and so must watch and everything. And I was just thinking, like, you know, we've been mentioning Ty Dillinger being in the Royal Rumble at number 10. Well, what if they give him a WrestleMania, sort of like a WrestleMania moment at Toronto? Not, like I said, not trying to get off topic, but I just thought about that because we're talking about, you know, what if Corbin likes Taker or this and that? It's like, we're starting to build WrestleMania ourselves and we don't even freaking work for WWE.
Right.
Pretty much, yeah. We'll take over creative, guys.
Oh, hell yeah.
One of the 30 people on Raw.
Four men can be a better creative team than 30 plus at Raw.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We'll make Raw great again. We'll do what
it will be the greatest it's ever been. We're going to do it. We really are. Believe me.
Man.
So, with that.
I don't want us to get off track because Mike had a great final two. So,
Robbie.
Yeah.
Let's go with you next, since, you know, what are your final, who do you think's going to, let me get this right, who do you think's going to win the Royal Rumble? There, got it out. I couldn't, this is botching my lines like Titus.
Botchamania.
Botch Squad Podcast, cheap plug again. There it is.
Oh, God.
So it's my turn, right?
Yes, it is.
Word,
okay, yeah. Mike, your ending was great. Your winner was great. For me, when I look at it, okay, I'll give it to you like this. The person I think would win at my Final Four is obviously Finn Balor. You know, great way for him to come back from his injury. He gets a shot to reclaim what is his and what he never lost. But what I would love to see from the Final Four is either Samoa Joe or Bray Wyatt winning. Especially Bray Wyatt, you know.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, but I think if it, you know, who I think would win from this Final Four, I would easily say Finn Balor because it's the you know, the classic comeback story. He'd be pulling a John Cena from 2008, although Cena came back a lot faster than Balor's going to come back if he does come back. But yeah, if you know, my prediction would be Balor to win. But of course, like Mike said, we don't even know if he's going to be in the Rumble match. But this was just my prediction and everything. But who I would want to see win from this Final Four, Joe or Wyatt. But if I had to pick one of those, I go with Wyatt because I feel like this could be the year he finally rebuilds himself and redeems himself. So
now, Robbie, would you want to see Wyatt versus Cena and Wyatt finally gets his long overdue win?
Oh.
What do you think about that? At WrestleMania, nonetheless.
Ooh.
How's that for storytelling?
Yes.
That would definitely come full circle. It was
it would.
WrestleManias ago where Bray Wyatt got derailed. I would not have a problem with that. Would be great. That would be the ultimate vindication for Bray Wyatt if he actually beats John Cena on the grand stage. But I actually had a different idea for if Bray Wyatt was to actually win the Royal Rumble match. Why do we have to always do face versus heel? Why not have AJ Styles enter WrestleMania the champion, and then the Phenomenal One's world comes crashing down at the hands of the Eater of Worlds for the championship?
Like to see that.
Yes.
It's another fresh matchup. Bray Wyatt versus AJ.
Yes.
Like it.
Because we don't always have to do face versus. I think in this, yes, Bray Wyatt would be the heel, but they might turn him the face in this match with the booking. But Wyatt and Cena would make everything come full circle. Would love to see Wyatt knock Cena off the mantle and win the championship. But I have more of an interest in AJ and Wyatt because it's a fresh match. And how does AJ Styles react to a guy that's just unpredictable and he's not even of this world, so to speak? How does the Phenomenal One counter the Eater of Worlds?
That'd be a great match.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, so like I said, Balor is my predicted winner. But if I had to pick from the final four between Samoa Joe and Bray Wyatt, I would go with Bray Wyatt just because I want to see Bray finally get a long-awaited world title win. And it could do big things for him. And like I told you, Daniel, we could get a a Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton feud for the championship with the roles reversed. Orton the heel, Wyatt the face, and maybe Harper as Orton's new ally or something.
There's a number of different scenarios. I like that.
Wow. Okay.
Like I said, Balor's my winner, and I would not have a problem with him winning. But as the fan, like the one I really want to see is Bray Wyatt. But if Samoa Joe came in and won this thing, holy hell, that'd be amazing.
Wow.
NXT rules the world.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
And it's on right now. You're gonna have to watch that later. All right.
Later too.
Good stuff, Robbie. And we will finish out with Gene and then myself. Gene, who do you think is going to win the 2017 Royal Rumble?
Okay, I'm gonna tell a little story with this the winner of the Royal Rumble, who I'm thinking is gonna win. Now bear with me, and Mike, I'm sorry, but I gotta hack you a little bit, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, I think Undertaker is gonna win, but I do not think he will go after the WWE Championship. Ooh. On the other end of the spectrum, I think he's gonna go after the Universal title.
Okay.
Why? Because listen, now just hear me out for a second. Now, this would have to mean, for me, that Kevin Owens retains his title against Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. I know I'm spoiling that right now. I'm sorry. But it's going to tie into the story, so just bear with me. Okay? So Undertaker wins the Rumble. We heard Kevin Owens on Raw say he doesn't give a damn about Undertaker. Cool. So Undertaker comes back to Raw like, I want you. New matchup, cool. But here's where I throw the curveball. Finn Balor comes back out and says, although I did not win the Royal Rumble, I never lost the title. I had to forfeit it due to injury. I want my rematch. So we get a triple threat match. Like I said, Mike, I'm sorry, I had to hack you. We're going to get a triple threat match for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. Now, this could do a few things. One, it could elevate the Universal title because its god-awful look doesn't do it on its own. And Kevin Owens being champion obviously isn't doing it well enough because of his booking. Two, so this could be where Finn Balor wins the title back from Kevin Owens. Now, I understand Taker, he has a history of WrestleMania, but WWE stooged that off when they gave it to Brock. So the streak means nothing anymore. It don't matter. Taker can lose at WrestleMania and it wouldn't matter. But here's where I think that the streak could be redeemed. Is Balor wins the match and then he goes to Undertaker. He doesn't pin Undertaker. Let him pin, Kevin Owens or something like that. So after he wins the match, he wins the title, crowd goes crazy, Finn Balor's champion again. Yes, he gets his run that he so desperately deserved, considering he got injured. He goes over to the Undertaker to pay him respects. Boom, lights go out. Why do the lights go out? They cut back on Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, and they destroyed the Undertaker.
Whoa.
Why did they destroy the Undertaker? Because the damn Balor Club could be created. We turn Finn Balor heel, and he's elevated by the Undertaker at WrestleMania, and he's the Universal Champion.
Wow.
You know why I like that?
Yes.
Because people would actually, boo Balor, Anderson, and Gallows. That would put legit heat on them. Something that we don't see anymore.
And it can make Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows look important
relevant
for the first time. They're not relevant right now.
No, they aren't.
And then you have Finn Balor leading them as the leader. He did the Balor Club in NXT. You're not gonna call it the Bullet Club because it's WWE. So he can take over, and this could be foreshadowed because back at SummerSlam, right before Finn Balor won the title, he walked up to AJ Styles and Luke Gallows, and they wanted to two-sweet him, and he just looked at him, smiled, and walked away.
Yeah.
So what if this could be the continuity from way back at SummerSlam? Wow. And it's just something they build up out of nowhere, considering they weren't expecting him to get hurt. Finn Balor wins the Universal Championship back. And probably a hell of a match with Kevin Owens and Undertaker.
Yes.
We get Owens and Balor who get to have that experience with the Undertaker at WrestleMania, and then we do the Balor Club. And not only is Finn Balor elevated by winning the title and having a match with Taker and beating the Undertaker technically in the triple threat match, but you have Anderson and Gallows come out and they completely just destroy and wreck the Undertaker. And he can elevate them like that. Because like I said, the streak doesn't matter anymore, so it's okay for him to lose.
Sure.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Okay. That works great. Yes. I love that. I will take that for Universal title match right there.
And it would elevate the title, too, in the process. To get heat on somebody. It just does a number of different things. And that's what I like about that. Very good
crazy
stuff.
Would a Night After Mania be?
That would be epic.
That's epic. 101. There you go.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You tell a story. That's what we're all about here. We are the storytellers.
Yes.
So, now my turn. You're really going to like this one. My pick to win the 2017 Royal Rumble match is Donald Trump.
We're going to make the WWE great again.
I'm gonna enter the Rumble. Nobody's gonna see it coming. See, I'm the president. I can do whatever I want. I'll pick up the phone. I know Linda McMahon. I love Linda. She gives me hugs and kisses. I'm coming. I'm gonna win the Rumble and go to WrestleMania. We're gonna build a wall too. It'll be great. I'm kidding. Don't worry. I had to do the ultimate swerve. Come on, people. It's not going to be.
It's great.
He's the president, right? He can do it.
And he's a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And he's the first president to ever get hit with the Stone Cold Stunner.
Yes.
Him and Linda took the two worst
of all time.
They were god awful.
He did not sell that. He didn't.
He's just like, he just fell over.
He just collapsed. The Rock needs to teach him how to sell that move. But the best one to ever take that.
On the serious note, the real person that I think is going to win the Royal Rumble is Finn Balor. I still think how long have I been saying that for? Since the guy got injured, I've been like, he has to come back. He has to win. He can win the Royal Rumble. It just brings the story full circle. The injury, losing the Universal Championship. Obviously, Balor would challenge for that title, and I would assume win it at WrestleMania. Whether that would be against... Well, I actually think, in my scenario, if we're going to do Owens and Jericho, I would love to see... what do you guys think about Reigns versus Balor for the Universal Championship?
Yeah.
I think Reigns is going to win that title. I don't think he should, but I think he will.
But he wants to eat some fruit roll-ups, Stan.
Yeah, he loves his fruity roll-ups, and his booty.
Wow.
If Balor versus Reigns does make sense, and it continues from when Balor got on the main
him
when he first debuted.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
at the best Raw I've ever been to.
Hundreds of times in my videos. The July 25th episode of Raw from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, a 3-hour show that meant something, and it was the night that Finn Balor got a rocket all the way to the moon.
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
So I don't know if you guys would be down for that, but it'd be a really interesting match. I think it'd be a really good match. Ties it full circle. Balor versus Reigns for the Universal Championship.
Yep.
If Finn wins, yeah, but honestly, like I just want Roman out of the title picture for now.
I know.
I just don't want him in the main event. That's
Heel
what I care
Roman
about.
versus Balor for the Universal Championship.
Ooh.
I would
Okay,
personally like to
yes.
see heel Roman versus The Rock. You and I have been trying
Ooh,
Yes.
that's a big match. I
Long
agree.
time
Oh my
coming
God.
there.
I
Cousin
agree.
Roman.
I booked the whole storyline for that. I already know what I could
Man.
do. I sort of booked it in my why Roman Reigns should turn heel at WrestleMania 32 video I did back in February, I think. Yeah, I mean, just have, you can have Roman just, say that he's sick and tired of everyone loving The Rock and, showering The Rock with hugs and kisses, and Roman comes out and busts his ass, and you guys boom me, and Rock comes
Right.
back once in a blue moon, and you cheer.
Very easy writing right there.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Simple.
Yes.
Yep.
But
Well,
anyway,
guys,
not to cut you off, yeah, anything else? I mean, continue with the picking of Balor.
yeah, pretty much I said it there. Balor, he's obviously, he wants to win the title, regain the title that he unfairly lost due to his injury. So to me, that would tie the whole story full circle, and that's why he is my pick to win the 2017 Royal Rumble. So guys, perfect timing. That is it. We, ran through our predictions. We covered this Royal Rumble match from top to bottom, and I want to say thank you for everybody that joined us in the live chat for this video, and thank you to Mike, Gene, and Robbie for joining
Sure thing.
me as well.
Definitely, thank you.
Anytime.
Before we go off the air, we're going to get plugs in for all your channels. We'll start with you, Gene. Gene, you can get your plug in first.
Okay, guys, you can check me out on YouTube at BSP Wrestling Show. You can just search it up on YouTube. It'll pop up. I do wrestling reviews and topic videos. Not as elegantly as Daniel does them. I always say that. But I definitely do those type of videos. And thank you for having me on as well.
Not a problem. Not a problem. All right, Robbie, you're up.
Thank you again, Daniel, for having me on. Always a pleasure to do these videos with you. You guys can find me here on YouTube at Robbie1Kenobi, ROBBIE, number 1, KENOBI. That's the same way that my Twitter account is spelled, so you can follow me on there. Yeah, and I just, I make wrestling videos out of fun, and I have a fun time whenever I'm with Daniel. And I also just like to say one last thing.
Oh my God, I wasn't ready for that.
I was not ready for that either. My heart actually skipped a beat for a second there. Right?
Yo, me too. I was like, whoa. Oh my God.
You caught me off guard there.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you,
Oh
Braun.
my God. The Strowman.
And it's
The Strowman.
yes.
Oh, you know what? Another thing. For those of you watching, if you did not get one single laugh out of this video, because, I mean, we had a freaking blast doing this. If you guys didn't get a blast out of this video, well, then all I have to say is, well,
You just made the list.
You just made the list.
nailed it,
Yes.
Robbie.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Put them all on the list. Oh,
yes,
my goodness.
yes.
Oh my God.
Are they even worthy of being on the list, though? That's the thing.
Yes, of course they're worthy of being on the list. It's the list. Mike.
Again, thank you, Daniel. Thank you, guys. This was a lot of fun. This was a great way to spend Wednesday night, and there's still NXT to watch.
Exactly.
Yes.
There's so much more to watch tonight. We got a loaded show lineup tonight.
I need to catch Lucha Underground in an hour, actually.
So don't want to hold anybody back. Mike, we'll finish off with you. You can get a plug in for your channel before we go off the air.
All right, really quick, because I know you want to watch the Pens game, Dan, but
Yes, I do.
But yeah, as always, I just do whatever I want. Wrestling videos, video game let's plays, do whatever the heck I want. My channel is the Club of the Man 1993. You can also follow me on Twitter at the Man Airboy 93. And of course, just a little shout out to these guys as well. Make sure you check their videos out too. They're awesome people. They know what
Thank
they're
you.
talking about. Check their channels out as well.
Appreciate that.
Sure
Guys, thank you once again for joining me for this live special video on my channel. And all I have to say is before we go off the air, let's get ready to rumble!